want to thank everybody, first and foremost, for just celebrating with us. Traci was my everything. She was my,
When family drama spills from private matters into the public eye, things can get messy, especially when it involves the passing of someone as prominent as Traci Braxton. In the case of her death, the gloves are officially off, with her husband Kevin Sr. accusing her famous sisters of theft and manipulation. These allegations are stirring up a storm on the internet and shaking the very foundation of the Braxton family's public image. Trust me, the tea is piping hot, and it's about to spill everywhere. Let's dive into this messy situation. Before Traci passed, she made sure to have a will in place, but instead of bringing peace, her will has caused nothing but chaos. She named her son Kevin Jr. as the personal representative of her estate, giving him full control over her final arrangements. This included everything from covering funeral expenses to deciding who could attend her memorial and even what she would wear. Traci's wishes were crystal clear. She didn't want a big public spectacle. She asked for a private viewing followed by cremation, and specifically excluded certain organizations such as Zeta Phi Beta sorority and the Order of the Eastern Star from being involved in the process. Talk about detailed instructions, right? But things get even more complicated. Traci's will also stated that Kevin Jr. would eventually take over her brand and likeness, meaning he would carry on her legacy, while her husband Kevin Sr. did receive some assets, like a few bank accounts and a diamond ring. The bulk of her estate was left to her son.
I've been trying to do good friends and family that help uplift. So that's been my number one thing. And I'm also, doing my own thing to help me, my day to day.
Here's where the whispers start. Some fans are speculating that Traci Braxton intentionally bypassed her husband Kevin Sr. when naming her son as the personal representative of her estate, possibly due to unresolved issues in their marriage. Rumor has it that Kevin Sr. cheated on Traci and may have even passed on HPV, which some believe played a role in her developing throat cancer. If this is true, Traci's decision to leave Kevin Jr. in charge could have been a calculated move to protect her legacy and keep it away from her husband. But here's the burning question. Why didn't Traci leave any of her sisters in charge of her estate? The word on the street is that Traci didn't trust them at all. Allegedly, her sisters mistreated her for years, leaving Traci feeling like an outsider in her own family. Let's not forget, Traci wasn't just a background figure in the Braxton legacy. She had her own voice, struggles, and story to tell. Yet fans have repeatedly pointed out how her sisters seemed to dismiss her, treating her as if she didn't belong. Remember that time on Braxton Family Values when the family visited Traci, and instead of supporting her, they criticized her cooking? It wasn't just petty drama for the cameras. It reflected how Traci was often overlooked and disrespected. Honestly, can you blame her for not leaving them in charge? It's no surprise that she entrusted everything to Kevin Jr. He wasn't just her son, he was the one who genuinely stood by her side and cared about preserving her legacy.
And that's the other thing, right? Like, we all go through it. Parents go through, parents and kids go through certain things, it's not, everything's not.
Let's be real for a second. Stepping into the role of managing his mother's estate has been anything but easy for Kevin Jr. Since Traci's passing, he's been facing a storm of challenges, and it's been heartbreaking to watch. Not only did he lose his mom, but he was also going through a difficult divorce from his wife, Olivia Aon, at the same time. Talk about the weight of the world crashing down all at once. In the first episode of the new Braxton family show, Kevin Jr. opened up about how overwhelming everything has been. The grief, the stress, the drama. It's been a lot to handle, but as if that weren't enough, Trina, one of Traci's sisters pointed out the tense and strange relationship between Kevin Jr. and his dad, Kevin Sr. Apparently, they hadn't been talking much during this difficult time.
I thought I was doing okay until you started talking, and it kind of took me there, but I miss my sister so much.
Let's be real for a second. Stepping into the role of managing his mother's estate has been anything but easy for Kevin Jr. Since Traci's passing, he's been facing a storm of challenges, and it's been heartbreaking to watch. Not only did he lose his mom, but he was also going through a difficult divorce from his wife, Olivia Aon, at the same time. Talk about the weight of the world crashing down all at once. In the first episode of the new Braxton family show, Kevin Jr. opened up about how overwhelming everything has been. The grief, the stress, the drama. It's been a lot to handle, but as if that weren't enough, Trina, one of Traci's sisters, pointed out the tense and strange relationship between Kevin Jr. and his dad, Kevin Sr. Apparently, they hadn't been talking much during this difficult time, which only added more emotional chaos to an already turbulent situation.
Just a video that's been circulating on social media. It's showing a disagreement between my son. Unfortunately, this video was recorded by someone with intent of gaining notoriety and my character.
Here's where things really took a turn. In episode 7, Tamar Braxton dropped a bombshell when she suggested that Kevin Jr. might have been talking to the police. Tawanda, another sister, had received a tip that Kevin Jr. allegedly had a warrant out for his arrest, sparking speculation that someone close to him might have set him up. As if the battle over Traci's estate wasn't messy enough, the drama within the Braxton family has turned out to be just as personal as it is financial. The tension between the Braxtons only seems to escalate by the day. After Traci's passing, the strain on Kevin Jr. has been hard to ignore. According to the showrunner, Kevin Jr. even had a seizure during filming, which sent everyone into a panic. The situation was terrifying as the family scrambled to find his medicine and stabilize him. Tawanda later shared that Kevin Jr.'s then wife, Olivia Herron, was the one who informed her about the incident, emphasizing how deeply Traci's death had affected Kevin Jr.'s mental and physical health.
The other thing is, I really want people to understand this part. To death did us part. Please understand that. Please do. Because some narratives will not include that in that situation. And I thank God that he gave us that. And like with me and my son, I'm doing everything I can to make sure he's good. See, we have a whole nother village. You know what I mean? That was always there for us. Whole nother village. And that village came and embraced us and helped us on many levels. When we found out about Traci having cancer December the 15th, 2020 at Georgetown Hospital, we had went through some stuff. Prior to that, we was in California, as they brought up. We was out there taping. Traci talked about she couldn't swallow. I immediately called the doctor. Thank God our doctor was always there for it.
But if you thought that was the worst of it, think again. New footage has surfaced showing Kevin Jr. and his father, Kevin Sr., locked in a heated argument. In the clip, you can hear Kevin Jr. repeatedly saying, "You told me no," while Kevin Sr. fires back, calling him a liar and even blaming him for Traci's cancer. The tension in the exchange is palpable, and it only highlights the fractured relationship between the two. Many believe this animosity stems from the fact that Traci chose Kevin Jr. to be in charge of her estate instead of Kevin Sr., which has created an unspoken competition for her legacy. The situation is definitely messy, to say the least.
Just want y'all to understand, man, always build a village around you, because you never know. Just pour into people. And see, people that knew me and Traci, that knew us, that's met us on that level, it is no question. No question. No hesitation, no question, all good.